What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sold Out. And on today's episode, you can see what we have in front of us. We have the Nike Kyrie Infinity, the Kyrie 8 versus the Nike PG6. Now, let's hop right into it. I'll tell you some things I like and I dislike about each sneaker. There's really not too much to dislike really at all. So with that being said, we will start off with the Nike Kyrie Infinity first. Now we will do the same thing as we always do, work our way from the top down to the bottom, and heel slipping comfort on this Kyrie, absolutely beastly. It's almost too much padding for me. They're actually both padded very well. I think they might have did it over the top just a little bit with the Kyrie. But it was very comfortable, no issues whatsoever, no heel slip in, the heel felt locked down. Now down onto the PG6. The PG6 was a little bit lighter on padding, but it felt a little bit more comfortable. I will say that. The heel lockdown was amazing, heel slipping comfort, amazing. I had no issues with the heel slipping comfort on either of these sneakers. I felt secured in both of them, and that's always a plus for people that like to hoop all the time like us. Now, down onto the tongue. The Kyrie's tongue is ridiculous. It's hard to get out of here, but you can, not sure if the camera does any justice with that, but it is a beast of a tongue. Like, there's almost too much padding. You can barely even feel the laces tied down on it. You have to tie them down a little bit harder than normal, and I don't really like that. That's my only gripe about the tongue from the Kyrie 8, the Kyrie Infinity. Now with the PG6 tongue, they did a great job. There's not too much padding. It's not too minimal, but one thing I wish I would have seen in the tongue on the PG6 is more perforated holes throughout the tongue. Like, I think every shoe, that should be a staple, and every shoe is finding ways to get breathability while still having protection in the sneaker. Same thing with the Kyrie. The Kyrie tongue, it was pretty thick. It wasn't perforated. It was kind of like a booty once you get down in there. I really didn't care for the tongue on this, as you already know. Now down onto the laces, exact same laces for both sneakers. No difference in the laces at all, just different colors. That's the only difference. Same style on both sneakers. Now down onto materials. The materials on the Kyrie 8 feel a little bit lighter. While the shoe does feel a little bit heavier, the materials on the Kyrie are very lightweight, very minimal. It's almost like a synthetic mesh, very fine. I'm not sure if that'll last a long time outside. I will probably make these my outdoor shoes. I have not made my mind up yet. These I would not ever play outdoors in. They are white. If it was a different colorway, yeah, I would definitely play outdoors in them. Just because they're such a cheap shoe, I really don't mind. But the materials on the PG6 are a little bit more, I'd say, higher quality than on the Kyries. There's a lot of synthetic hits that wrap around this too as well. You can see the synthetic black parts on this side. On this side, it is actually white, so it's hard to see that. You can see the synthetics wrap around this area. Now, this piece right here, that's some of the cheapest pleather leather I've ever seen. They used that on the PG5s. I did not like that. I'm glad they didn't put this in a spot where it creased on the PG6s. So shout out to Nike for not using that all over the toe box and using this. Honestly, I don't know what this material is right here. I think it's a mesh, but it's just, I think, a little bit thicker mesh. Definitely thicker mesh than what's on this Kyrie Infinity. Now the Kyrie Infinity, it does have some little synthetic suede hits and stuff like that. Like right here, that's all suede, all in this back half. So it's not really that bad. It feels kind of good, actually. It doesn't even feel like it's synthetic. It might not be synthetic, but for the price tag, I'm gonna say the materials on this are definitely synthetic. And on this, I already know they're synthetic. It's mostly mesh all the way throughout here. Pretty breathable sneaker. I really had no issues. The toe box did get a little hot where the Kyrie didn't. So when it comes down to materials, yes, this is a more heavy duty material you're getting on the PG6 than the Kyrie Infinity. Now down onto support and lockdown. Support and lockdown with both of these shoes, no issues whatsoever. No side to side movements in the footbed, nothing like that. No issues, like I said, no heel movement, no anything like that in either sneaker. Kyries are known to have good lockdown and support. PG6s do have good lockdown and support. I can vouch for that. Now, down onto something that I actually love about both of these sneakers is the cushioning. Kyrie Infinity, I wasn't a big fan of the heel impact. If they would have used Cushlon on this and bumped the price up 10, 15 bucks, I would have absolutely probably loved playing in this sneaker. I mean, I still do like playing in this sneaker, but the Phylon on this is, it's heavy, it's clunky, and it just doesn't feel soft at all. But what sets this apart from the PG6 is the Zoom Strobel in the front, and you can definitely feel that in the forefoot. It feels great on foot. It has nice bounce while still being able to feel the court at the same time. So I love the cushioning in the forefoot of this Kyrie Infinity. Now, down onto the PG6, something that made me geeked to get this sneaker was its full-length React. And I absolutely love React. I have React shoes on my feet right now for running, just for comfort. I love the way React feels. This isn't the same as the running, but it's getting there. Obviously, we still have to have that support. We can't just be walking on marshmallows, stuff like that, but this is still very soft. You can see my finger go right into there. Very soft, feels good on foot. The heel impact protection on this isn't the best out of all shoes, but it isn't the worst. You can still feel that React. It feels good, but it's not like the Nike GT Jump. It's not the Nike LeBron 19, 18, 17. It doesn't feel like any of those, but it still feels great. So now down onto traction. Traction on this wasn't my favorite. Now I want to just make this clear. If you guys know what EPs are, XDR, when you're ordering from China, they say you get extreme durable rubber. I ordered this the China colorway, and I ordered this in the American colorway. I actually have a video. I will post that up here somewhere. The American colorway stuck like glue on a dusty core. I used them the same day. There was no cleaning going on, nothing. I used these on the same day, within the same hour, and this XDR pair slipped out. I don't know if it's the XDR. I mean, maybe it's just supposed to be played with outside. I'm not sure, but the American pair stuck like glue. So I don't want to sit here and tell you guys, don't get this shoe. This is the XDR version, if you are wondering. So I would stick with the American version if I can recommend something to you guys. But the traction was great on the American pair. This slips out just a little bit. It's not the worst traction, but yes, the American pair did feel better on court. The traction just was better. Now, traction for the PG6, love the traction on the PG6, and it's a translucent outsole. Everybody goes crazy about translucent outsoles or trash on floors and this and that. That might be true on the floors that I've played on so far, and I've played on tons of floors. I have not had an issue with many clear translucent outsoles. This right here, this is a squeaker. I like this sneaker. It is great on clean floors, and it was solid on dusty floors. I did have a couple slip outs, but nothing dangerous to where you just wouldn't want to buy the shoe or anything like that. Comes down to what sneaker I would prefer to play in. It was so tough with these. I had to put them back on, go run some drills, run up and down the court a little bit, and at the end of the day, I do not like the aesthetics of this Kyrie Infinity, this Kyrie 8. The PG6s, I really do like the aesthetics. I would rock this probably just out casually. But the Kyrie 8, the Kyrie Infinity is the sneaker that I would choose to play in over this. I just love the Zoom Strobel in the front of this. I love Zoom Strobel, period. So any shoe that has that, I'm kind of sold on it. Now, if they would have put the Zoom Strobel in this with the React, I don't even know if that's like a thing they can do. But man, I would definitely have took this sneaker over this, because that would have been a crazy high impact setup, and I probably would have loved it. But yes, guys, I would take the Kyrie 8. I don't like the looks at all. I think it's hideous. I would never buy this shoe just to rock casually. But now that I have it, I'm going to play in it. I probably use it as my outdoor shoe. The ground's harder, obviously, outdoors. This has some nice impact protection in the front. Usually I'm on the front of my feet a lot. I'm not back on my heels. So yes, guys, I would go with the Kyrie 8. Now, the PG6 is still a beast shoe, and it still has great comfort. If you want more court feel, yes, I go with the PG6. If you want a little bit impact protection up front, that Zoom Strobel is a beast. You can feel it on the ball of the front of the foot, and it feels great on foot. You can feel it when you run, and you still get that close to the floor feeling. It's not like that air unit just takes away that. So that being said, guys, you can't really go wrong with either one of these sneakers. They are both great sneakers. I'm glad to have them in my collection. I will use them until I can't no more. So guys, this is my rundown of the Nike Kyrie Infinity versus the Nike PG6. If you like basketball sneaker performance review videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're gonna have some more giveaways coming up soon. Hope to see you guys on the next episode of Sold Out. Peace.